and they were close as only a brother and a sister can be. Time passed, and each started their own family. Susano adopted an abandoned child and raised him as her son. That was your father Oku. As for Amaterasu, I agreed to give him the hand of my heiress, with whom he then had a single daughter, Kushina. Life could have kept flowing quietly like this, but one day, my daughter fell gravely ill. Amaterasu prayed to the gods to save his wife, but in vain. He then turned to me, begging me to let him enter the garden of the gods to heal her with the divine water. But my loyalty to the gods came first, even before my daughter, and I refused his request. Amaterasu never forgave me, and thus his pain turned into hatred. This was when Kitsune, the fox goddess, chose to pour her venom into the ear of this suffering man. She promised him the survival of his beloved and the power to protect her. In return, Amaterasu had to commit to devoting himself exclusively to Kitsune and renouncing the other gods. Blinded by his pain and by the rage of feeling abandoned, my former disciple agreed to this pact. True to his word, he established the exclusive cult of Kitsune, and, ready to do anything to save his wife, he ruthlessly killed those who refused to follow his madness, and he even ended up seriously injuring me. Susano might have been able to reason with Amaterasu, but without warning anyone, she had already gone to fetch the sacred water for him. When she returned, she found the village in flames and bloodshed. Devastated by this bout of madness from the man she had always considered her brother, she swore not to let these crimes go unpunished. And in her quest for justice, she returned to the garden to implore the help of the gods. It was Tengu, the raven god, who answered her call. Under his wing, and with the help of the survivors, she built the Aki clan. And that is when this merciless war began against those whom Amaterasu had rallied under his banner, the Natsu clan. As for me, I am now the guardian of the bridge that leads to the Garden of the Gods, so that the influence of the divine never causes such ordeals again.
Kushina. That's my mother's name. So that means Amaterasu's daughter is my mother.
Jinmu,
But then,
great-grandfather. It is this family connection that has brought you here safely. Your magic necklace is a token of affection given by Amaterasu to his daughter, through which he passed on his protection to you in turn, a love that protected you from Orochi's blizzard.
so Amaterasu doesn't know that my mother is dead and thinks she's kidnapped?
Yes. Susano kept everything from him to protect your parents, and you, the product of their forbidden love.
Even after all this time, she continues to hide the truth from him.
Maybe Tengu deliberately obfuscated her mind to perpetuate her feud with his rival.
Hatred, wars, it's all the gods' fault. Now that I know everything, I must be able to dissipate their confusion. I have the blood of both sides in me. I might be able to appease them.
Arrogant! You cannot stop the course of history alone, and certainly not against the will of the gods.
But you You were their master. What if...
Do not count on my help. I can no longer leave these mountains. If you plan to go back, I will not stop you.
Ah. So I have to challenge the gods in order to stop this absurd war. But a human triumphing over the gods is unthinkable. Despite knowing the truth, I still feel like I'm at a dead end.
It is my duty to watch over my descendants. You can stay with me if you want. I will not intervene between my two disciples, but I can at least offer you a place here.
Thank you, Izanagi.
Jinmu, disturbed by these revelations, stayed a while with the Fuyu clan, using his time to train and think.
Ah, you've beaten me again. You're probably the strongest samurai I ever faced, aside from Izanagi.
It's still not enough. I don't stand any chance against Susanoo and the god protecting her.
Only a fool would provoke Susanoo. She asked for the power of a god and received it, without even needing to make a pact.
Without a pact? How could she possibly seek the help of a god without consequences?
Those were different times. We once had a better relationship with the deities. There was a balance. If a god liked you, they would sometimes offer their help without asking for anything in return. And we didn't need to guard this bridge like we do today.
So it is possible for gods to offer help without a pact?
Yes, but that was before Kitsune and then Tengu broke this peace. Everything changed, unfortunately, and we can never hope to stop those two again. The other gods were furious when the situation got out of hand. Fortunately, the snow of Orochi calmed their wrath.
Maybe I have an idea. A way to defeat them. It's worth a try.
The story Izanagi told Jinmu had convinced him that he should stop the war himself. The two rivals, blinded by their hatred, would listen to none but their idols. But Jinmu would force them to return to reason. And if he had to fight them for it, then so it would be. Fortunately, he felt like the words of the samurai had opened a way for him. With a fresh impetus, Jinmu quickened his pace. If he could convince a higher being to help him, that power might be enough to end this madness. He just needed a push to rise to their level. The blessing of a god who would work for peace. Divine help, once again, for the very last time.
I should have known. You want an audience with the Divine to receive their power. I cannot let you cross this bridge. The gods must not interfere in mortal affairs any further. Haven't you learned any lessons from the mistakes of your elders and their terrible pacts?
Just one last time, to put out the fire of war they have ignited, to repair all the misfortunes they have caused. Only a god can help me fight on equal grounds against Tengu and Kitsune.
Bringing a supreme being into the situation will only make things worse. It is a noble goal, but you do not realize what you are doing. I am the guardian of the Garden of the Gods, and this heavy responsibility falls upon me. I failed to stop your grandparents, and because of that failure, they are still struggling in an endless war. But I will not let you pass.
This power, it belongs to Orochi. These snowstorms were your doing. What a hypocrite. You received a divine gift yourself.
You do not understand. Anger of the gods was going to destroy our world. I had no choice but to accept Orochi's help, and you know nothing of the pact that binds us.
You may be strong, but your idol is weak. If I could cross swords with my grandparents, then I can defeat you.
I cannot believe this. All I can do now is pray that things do not get worse.
I promise to settle everything.
I recognize here the arrogance of your grandfather. But very well, I can admit defeat. Cross the bridge before I change my mind.
Jinmu had triumphed over the first samurai and prepared to enter the realm of the gods, his confidence and determination renewed.